I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. This is Brief 241. Dave Ramsey is one of my heroes. I love the guy, and anytime I'm into something, it tends to make its way onto the brief. Turns out we actually made a couple comments about Dave just in passing on the show, and his web team watches Geek Brief, so they wrote me, invited me to do an interview with Dave, and I couldn't pass that opportunity up. We figured out how to make it a little bit more on topic than we originally thought possible. And very cool, you guys are getting a sneak peek at the set for his new show on the Fox Business Channel. It starts on Monday. Here's Dave. Dave, even though sometimes we're ahead of you in iTunes, you are a much, much bigger deal, so thank you so much for taking the time to come on Geek Brief.
I'm honored to get to be here with you. It's very cool.
We're so excited. I was telling everybody last night at the meetup that I was so giddy to meet you, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to meet Dave Ramsey, Dave Ramsey.
And now you have the opportunity to be underwhelmed. So.
Not at all. So tell me what you mean when you say that you should live like no one else so that you can live like no one else. What does all that mean?
Anything that we do in our lives, in order to win, we sacrifice to win. You're going to pay a price in order to win. If you don't pay a price, you're not going to win. You're going to live in mediocrity, whatever it is, whether it's your academic walk, whether it's your spiritual walk, whether it's running a marathon, and you got to run 4 or 5 miles, and then you got to get up and you got to run 8 miles, and then you got to run 9 miles. You pay a price to be able to run the 26-mile race, and that's how that works.
Okay. You've run a marathon?
I did this year for the first time.
Really?
I ran two,
That's
my first
cool.
and my last, yeah.
Wow. I don't think I could ever do it. I think I started on the treadmill for the first time this past week, and I don't think I could ever do it.
You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed. If you do it a little bit at a time. So money's the same way. If you'll sacrifice and get yourself out of debt and build up an emergency fund, you start to have a life.
Yeah.
And if you'll pay a price to win with money, then you've got the money to enjoy the things.
What your mission is to, get everyone out of debt. Everyone. Do you ever get overwhelmed?
No, because really, I'm not confused. I'm not God. He is. It's His job. And so I'm going to do what I can do, talking to that caller that day on the radio, on the podcast, that person writing an email in, those people in that live event audience, or whoever picks up a book and reads it, or whatever. I can help that guy that day, and that's our part for that day. And then we'll do some more tomorrow, and we'll eventually get there, and we'll be where we're supposed to be.
So you just take it one at a time?
It's all we can do. It's all we can do, because there's no way. I mean, and I'm not going to go out of business. I mean, Jenny Craig and I, we got a big market. So, we can go forever.
There's a lot of debt out there.
There is.
And are you writing another book, or is there anything else coming along?
Right now, we don't have another book in the works. There's really only so many ways you can say get out of debt and get on a budget. So, I mean, I've done 2 of those, so that's probably enough of those. And really, that's what folks come to our brand for. They come to us to learn how to get control of their money and get out of the credit card debt and that kind of thing. And so we've already got the product that we need there. Lots of other fun things happening with the same information inside the building. We've launched Financial Peace University online, which is a huge initiative. And that's going to make the connectivity to lots of people in places, where we couldn't before. Yeah. So stuff like that. I mean, our high school curriculum, those kinds of things are exciting. Or the Spanish initiative, with all the materials now in Spanish. And that kind of stuff is, there's lots of different ways and niches to deliver this same message into. And those are the new things that we do.
So you mentioned Financial Peace University online. So tell me all about that. You have an amazing web team, and you guys are really doing some cool stuff with internet technology. Tell me all about Financial Peace University.
Well, Financial Peace University is a 13-week series taught by me on DVD, typically in a church or in a corporation or in the workplace, all kinds of different places. And we thought, well, we need to be able, now that broadband's got the penetration it's got, we need to be able to deliver this into the home.
Absolutely.
Especially in geographic locations where they can't get to a group and be physically in a class. And so, of course, our web team, like you said, they're cutting edge. I mean, you come around our place, it looks like a .com. It's all flip-flops and T-shirts and 27-year-olds that are brilliant. And so, smarter than me. I have no idea how we did all this stuff. But we're anticipating as many as 10,000 members online. So I think I'm going to get a big streaming bill from the company, probably.
Probably.
But hopefully we'll make more than that costs us. I think somebody's figured that out besides me, but it's really
I hope
good.
they've done all the calculations.
And I think the real important thing with this is that one of the things we've been able to do to help people with money is we figured out that this is not about head knowledge. It's about behavior change. And if you're going to win with money, you have to change your behaviors. and I can deliver the head knowledge online. And our fear has been that if we don't create community online as well, with great chat rooms and great forums and ways to use cyber technology to create relationship, to cause that behavior to modify, then all we did was we were just another thing on the computer squawking.
Right.
And we don't want to be another thing on the computer squawking. We want to change lives.
I'm so glad you get that, because the community is so important online.
It is online, but it is anywhere.
Well,
and it's so lost online so often.
I don't live offline. I don't know about offline. Tell me about it.
We'll have to get you out more often. But,
that's a different story.
Whole nother show. But the thing that I sat down with Michael and Alan and the guys in the FPU Online that were heading up that whole project, I said, guys, if we don't connect to people, if we don't get people to people, eyeball to eyeball, kneecap to kneecap, if they don't feel us touching their hearts, not just their heads, this thing won't work. Yeah. Well, they did. The forums are incredible. I'm amazed at how, it's a different generation, because I'm an old guy, and I still can, I do a lot of email. I've gotten that far, and, some texting a little bit, I've got the queue, but still this whole thing of creating community online, a 47-year-old's not as likely to as a 32-year-old is, or a 27-year-old. And they're not as comfortable having community that way. Right. So what's cool is we've got a whole nother generation here, especially like these high schoolers and stuff, that we can plug into and be able to assist them with those fabulously done forums and chat rooms, and with facilitators in there that know our stuff and go, no, they'll bust on you right there in the community. That's stupid. You can't do that. Just like I would do on the radio. Right. And man, it's working. We're seeing the results already, and the sales are a whole lot better. We thought it would kind of start off slow, and it went straight through the roof immediately. Awesome. That's
so great. I've heard some kids on your show that are figuring out how to save money and how to do this whole thing just from, 10-year-olds, something like that. And that's incredible to me, and really exciting, because we actually found you a month after we got out of debt.
Oh, cool.
So that whole process we went through, pretty much your plan, a little bit different, but pretty much your plan. And we were so excited when we found you, because it's so inspirational.
Well, it normalizes being weird, in a sense. I mean, you're doing something completely different. Everybody else is in debt and broke, and by, finding our whole gang, whether it's with forums or on the radio or whatever else, you kind of get this idea that we're kind of making being weird, being out of debt, normal. It's a group you can run with, Right. And and so you were already smart. You'd already done the stuff, but it went, oh, there's somebody that says I'm smart. Hey, wow, I can plug into that.
Exactly.
And sometimes that happens with us too, and we're certainly glad for that.
Well, thank you so much for your time again.
Well,
I really appreciate it.
It was an honor to be with you. We appreciate it very much. Your blog is obviously a huge deal, and to get to be on it is a real honor. Thank you very much.
And so where can people find you? DaveRamsey.com?
DaveRamsey.com, Fox Business Network.
And FPU, is it FinancialPeaceUniversity.com, or just go through DaveRamsey.com?
Everything's at DaveRamsey.com.
DaveRamsey.com.
That's the starting point for everything.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.